I'm Nick Pattison, and I'll be teaching you how to dig and process your own clay. I've been digging clay with Exoptica Studio and wanted to teach you how to do it yourself. First, you must find and choose a site to dig your clay. Most often, I find my clay next to rivers or in ditches. These places are most accessible to find clay because the water flow in rivers and ditches will wash away all the topsoil, but leave all the dense, compact clay. Clay is more dense than any other soil type. If exposed, it will often make a flat surface, and you will not be able to penetrate it with your finger. Now that we know where and how to find clay deposits, we can go out and dig some clay. The location I chose today is right next to a river, the Messalonsky in Waterville. Next to rivers, I'm looking for a flat spot, an area of hard exposed clay. If you go too far away from the river, you reach topsoil. When I'm digging, I like to take a shovel full of clay and use my hands to inspect any large rocks. That's a pretty clean looking piece of clay. Remember to test a piece of clay to make sure it's good by taking a piece and rolling it into a ball in your hand, then rolling it into a snake, then back to a ball. If it can do this, it is malleable enough to work with down the road. Take as much as you want, remembering to leave the land looking as if you never came there. I believe it is important to thank the land and earth around you for the clay you took. Just take a moment to look at and appreciate all that you give and take from the earth. Practice remembrance. After you have dug your clay, put it into a bucket and fill it with water. Break the large pieces up into smaller pieces and let it sit in the water for a few hours to absorb. Then, take the bucket of clay and water and use your hands to break it apart into a slip, a thick liquid clay. A tip in this process is that the more water you add, the easier it is to mix, but the longer it takes to dry. A thick cream consistency is good. Once you've got it mixed, put the slip through a window screen. Transfer the slip from one bucket to the other, passing through the screen. After 2 or 3 passes, enough pebbles and sticks should have been screened that the clay will be good. Put the clay into a bin or container lined with a cut-up t-shirt or old towel. This wicks away some of the water in the clay. Let it dry for a few days in a well-aired place. Transfer to a plaster board if you have one. If not, continue to let it dry until most of it is in a clay-like consistency. At this point, take it out and use a tabletop to knead the clay. The kneading is meant to get out all the clumps of clay and make the consistency of the clay consistent all the way through. After you have kneaded the clay, make it into a square and put the clay into a plastic bag for further use. Now you are ready to start using your clay. You can make flower pots, plates, or bowls. Remember that you should fire it separately from other factory processed clays, in case it should explode in the kiln, and most dug clays do best as simple earthenwares. Thank you for taking time to learn how to make and dig your own clay. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.